Good morning, friends. Today, I want to ask you a simple but powerful question. Are you ready to enter 2026 with a life that truly matters, or just another year that passes by unnoticed? As we stand at the threshold of a brand new year, it's tempting to think about resolutions, goals, or even small lifestyle changes. But let me tell you, the one thing you cannot afford to ignore is investing in yourself, your inner growth, your mindset, and the relationships that shape your life. Don't enter 2026 without doing this, reflecting on who you truly are, what you truly want, and what legacy you want to leave behind. Before stepping into 2026, it is essential to pause and take a moment to reflect on the life you are carrying forward. Reflection is not a passive act. It is a conscious and deliberate process of examining your thoughts, actions, and choices, of looking honestly at where you stand and where you are headed. Too often, people rush into a new year with a list of resolutions and goals, yet they fail to take stock of the past. Without reflection, those resolutions are like setting sail without a map. You may move, but you risk moving in the wrong direction. Reflection allows you to confront your successes and, more importantly, your failures, not as a source of guilt or shame, but as a source of understanding and insight. It is the opportunity to identify patterns in your behavior, to notice recurring mistakes, and to recognize moments where you have shown courage, resilience, or growth. It is about being brutally honest with yourself while remaining compassionate, acknowledging that every experience, whether positive or negative, has shaped who you are today. This process begins with asking yourself deep, purposeful questions. What were the moments in the past year that brought genuine joy? Where did you feel drained or unfulfilled? Which relationships nurtured your growth and which drained your energy? What choices brought you closer to your goals and which ones diverted you from your true purpose? These questions are not meant to judge but to illuminate the path forward. Reflection is about clarity, the kind that comes when you strip away the noise of social expectations, distractions, and superficial achievements, and confront the core of who you are and what you truly value. It is an act of self-awareness that bridges the gap between the person you are today and the person you aspire to become. The power of reflection lies in its ability to transform hindsight into foresight. When you pause to examine your past, you are not dwelling on it. Rather, you are equipping yourself with the insights necessary to make better, more intentional decisions. Without reflection, it is easy to repeat the same patterns year after year, mistaking busyness for progress. True progress, however, comes from understanding what has worked, what hasn't, and why. It is about discerning which habits, mindsets, and actions align with your long-term vision and which ones need to be discarded. This clarity allows you to approach the new year with focus and precision rather than uncertainty and reactive behavior. Reflection also cultivates gratitude and perspective. In looking back, you recognize the growth you have experienced, however small, and the lessons learned through adversity. Even setbacks become valuable teachers when viewed through the lens of reflection. You begin to see that challenges were not obstacles meant to stop you, but opportunities designed to strengthen your resilience, sharpen your judgment, and deepen your understanding of yourself and others. Each experience, each decision, and each moment of effort becomes a building block that informs the choices you make in the year ahead. By reflecting before you step into a new chapter, you enter it with awareness, with intentionality, and with a sense of direction that can transform an ordinary year into an extraordinary one. Investing in yourself is the single most powerful decision you can make as you step into a new year, and yet it is often overlooked in the rush of daily life. Many people focus on external achievements, chasing promotions, material success, or social recognition, believing that these markers define their worth. However, true and lasting success begins from within, with a deliberate commitment to nurturing your mind, body, heart, and soul. Investing in yourself is not a selfish act. It is a fundamental necessity for creating a life of fulfillment, resilience, and purpose. It requires intention, discipline, and self-awareness, as well as the courage to prioritize your growth even when the world around you demands your attention elsewhere. To invest in yourself means to understand that you are your most valuable asset and that the quality of your life depends on the quality of the energy, knowledge, and care you give to yourself. The first dimension of investing in yourself is mental growth. This involves cultivating a mindset that is open, curious, and resilient. Reading, learning new skills, and engaging in experiences that challenge your assumptions are all forms of mental investment. It is about sharpening your thinking, expanding your perspective, and building the capacity to adapt in a constantly changing world. A person who invests in their mind develops the ability to see opportunities where others see obstacles, to respond to challenges with creativity rather than fear, and to remain calm and focused under pressure. Mental investment also includes reflection, journaling, and mindfulness practices that strengthen self-awareness, enabling you to understand your triggers, motivations, and true aspirations. The more you cultivate your mind, the better equipped you are to navigate the complexities of life with clarity and purpose. Equally important is the investment in your physical health. Your body is the vessel through which you experience life, and neglecting it undermines every other area of growth. Prioritizing regular exercise, nutritious food, adequate rest, and mindful self-care strengthens your energy, focus, and resilience. Physical vitality is not merely about aesthetics or performance. It is about ensuring that your mind and spirit have the foundation they need to thrive. Investing in your health also means listening to your body, understanding its needs, and making choices that sustain long-term well-being rather than temporary gratification. A strong, healthy body supports a sharp mind and a balanced emotional life, creating a synergy that amplifies every other investment you make in yourself. Emotional and relational growth is another critical aspect of self-investment. Surrounding yourself with positive, inspiring people and engaging in meaningful relationships nurtures your sense of belonging, empathy, and support. Investing in emotional intelligence, learning to manage your emotions, communicate effectively, and cultivate resilience enables you to navigate conflicts, setbacks, and uncertainties with grace. It also means recognizing toxic influences and setting boundaries that protect your energy and mental clarity. The relationships you build, the empathy you cultivate, and the emotional skills you develop all become compounding investments that shape not only your own life, but the lives of those around you. Lastly, investing in yourself involves aligning your actions with your values and purpose. This means dedicating time, resources, and energy to pursuits that resonate deeply with your authentic self, whether that is through creative expression, career ambitions, personal projects, or acts of service. Every step taken in alignment with your purpose strengthens your confidence, sense of fulfillment, and resilience, creating a momentum that propels you forward. By prioritizing your own growth, you do not just enhance your life, you become a source of inspiration and value for the world around you. Investing in yourself is not optional. It is the foundation upon which every achievement, every relationship, and every moment of joy in 2026 will be built. Letting go of what holds you back is one of the most courageous acts you can commit to as you step into a new year. It requires self-awareness, honesty, and the determination to release everything that no longer serves your growth, happiness, or purpose. Often, the things that hold us back are not external obstacles, but internal attachments, negative emotions, limiting beliefs, and patterns of thinking that silently dictate our decisions and restrict our potential. Regret, resentment, fear, and self-doubt are powerful chains that keep us anchored to the past, preventing us from embracing the possibilities of the future. Letting go is not an act of weakness, it is an act of strength, a declaration that you will not allow yesterday's burdens to determine tomorrow's outcomes. It is about reclaiming your energy, clearing your mind, and creating space for growth, opportunity, and joy. The first step in this process is identifying what exactly is holding you back. This may involve reflecting on recurring patterns in your life, recognizing relationships that drain rather than nourish, or confronting fears that subtly influence your choices. Often, we cling to familiar pain because it feels safer than the uncertainty of change. But holding on to old grudges, toxic relationships, or self-limiting beliefs is akin to carrying unnecessary weight while trying to run a race. The moment you acknowledge these limitations, you create an opportunity to release them. This release does not happen overnight, nor does it require suppressing emotions or pretending they do not exist. True liberation comes from processing, understanding, and then consciously choosing to let go. It is a gradual act of self-liberation, a daily commitment to refuse to be defined by past disappointments or failures. Forgiveness plays a critical role in letting go. Many people carry resentment toward others, believing that holding on to anger or bitterness gives them power. In reality, it only drains your energy, poisons your perspective, and keeps you trapped in cycles of negativity. Forgiveness is not about excusing the actions of others or forgetting the past. It is about freeing yourself from the emotional burden that prevents you from moving forward. Equally, forgiving yourself for past mistakes is vital. Self-blame and guilt can be far more corrosive than anything outside of you. Accepting your imperfections, learning from failures, and committing to growth releases you from the grip of self-doubt and allows you to act with confidence and clarity in the future. Another significant element in letting go is breaking free from fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, and fear of the unknown often hold people in a cycle of inaction. These fears are rooted in imagined consequences rather than reality, yet they feel real enough to prevent progress. Confronting fear requires courage, persistence, and a mindset that views challenges as opportunities for growth. By choosing to act despite fear, you dismantle its power over your life and open the door to experiences and achievements that would otherwise remain inaccessible. Letting go, in this sense, is an act of empowerment, a conscious decision to prioritize possibility over limitation. Finally, letting go creates space for abundance, creativity, and personal transformation. Every attachment, grievance, or outdated belief that is released makes room for new energy, new opportunities, and new connections. Life rewards those who are willing to unclutter their hearts and minds, who approach each day with openness and clarity. By letting go of what holds you back, you are not abandoning your past. Rather, you are choosing to honor it while refusing to let it dictate your future. You are asserting control over your life, taking responsibility for your happiness, and committing to a journey of growth, purpose, and fulfillment. Each step of release becomes a declaration that you are ready to embrace 2026, not with hesitation or fear, but with courage, clarity, and a sense of freedom that propels you forward. Prioritizing what truly matters is a conscious choice that can transform the way you experience life, particularly as you step into a new year. Many people spend their days reacting to urgent but ultimately insignificant demands, chasing tasks, notifications, and distractions that give the illusion of productivity while leaving their most important goals and values neglected. Prioritization is not merely about managing time. It is about managing focus, energy, and intention. It requires you to distinguish between what is urgent and what is significant, between fleeting distractions and long-lasting impact. By intentionally dedicating your energy to what aligns with your values, purpose, and long-term vision, you create a life that is meaningful, fulfilling, and sustainable. This means asking yourself fundamental questions daily. What matters most to me? Which actions will bring me closer to my vision of a meaningful life? Which relationships, habits, and pursuits deserve my time and attention, and which are simply draining it? Central to this process is clarity of purpose. When you understand your deepest priorities, whether that is family, personal growth, professional development, service to others, or creative expression, you gain the ability to make decisions that reinforce your vision instead of fragmenting your attention. Many people fall into the trap of trying to do everything at once, believing that success or fulfillment requires constant multitasking. In reality, spreading yourself too thin dilutes your impact and drains your energy. Prioritization involves courage. The courage to say no to good opportunities in order to say yes to the best ones. The courage to focus on long-term growth rather than short-term gratification. And the courage to let go of obligations that do not align with your goals or values. It is a disciplined commitment to invest your time where it will produce the greatest return, not necessarily financially, but emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Relationships form a critical part of what truly matters. Investing time and attention in people who inspire, support, and challenge, you can shape your life in ways that achievements alone cannot. Prioritizing what matters means recognizing the importance of nurturing meaningful connections and letting go of those that are toxic or draining. It is about being present with the people who matter most, offering your attention, love, and energy generously, and creating experiences that deepen bonds rather than simply maintaining superficial interactions. A life well lived is measured not by the number of tasks completed, but by the quality of relationships cultivated and the impact you leave on others. Equally important is aligning your daily actions with your core values. Every day presents countless choices, and when your priorities are clear, decisions become easier and more intentional. You begin to notice where your energy is wasted on distractions or unimportant tasks, and you redirect it toward actions that generate lasting impact. This alignment creates a sense of fulfillment, confidence, and control over your life, because you know that your efforts are moving you toward meaningful outcomes rather than being lost in busyness. The practice of intentional prioritization also encourages resilience, as you develop the ability to focus on what truly matters, even when external pressures or challenges arise. Prioritizing what truly matters is not a one-time task, but a continuous, mindful process. It requires regular reflection, evaluation, and adjustment. As life evolves and new responsibilities emerge, each day becomes an opportunity to reaffirm your commitments, to invest energy where it counts, and to consciously let go of distractions or obligations that do not serve your higher purpose. By consistently prioritizing what matters, you transform your approach to time, energy, and life itself, creating a rhythm that balances achievement, joy, and meaning. It is a practice that allows you to enter 2026 with focus, clarity, and intentionality, ensuring that your year is spent on experiences and actions that truly shape the life you aspire to live. Taking small, consistent actions is one of the most underestimated yet powerful strategies for creating lasting change and achieving meaningful goals. Many people approach New Year's projects or personal growth with grand ambitions, expecting transformation to happen overnight. They set lofty goals, fueled by excitement and enthusiasm, only to find that motivation alone cannot sustain progress. The truth is that monumental achievements are rarely the result of a single effort or sudden breakthrough. They are the product of repeated, deliberate actions, each one building upon the other. Small actions, when performed consistently, compound over time, creating momentum that leads to extraordinary results. Understanding and embracing this principle allows you to approach 2026 with patience, discipline, and confidence, knowing that even the smallest effort matters when it is persistent and purposeful. Consistency is more important than intensity in creating lasting impact. 1 hour of focused effort every day will yield far greater results over a year than sporadic bursts of activity fueled by temporary motivation. Small actions reduce the intimidation factor often associated with big goals, making progress more manageable and sustainable. When you commit to incremental improvements, whether in your personal development, health, relationships, or career, you cultivate a sense of accomplishment and reinforce positive habits. Each small step serves as both a building block and a confidence booster, proving to yourself that change is possible and that progress, no matter how incremental, is real and measurable. Over time, these small efforts accumulate, producing outcomes that may seem almost magical in their scope, yet they are rooted entirely in disciplined consistency. The practice of taking small, consistent actions also strengthens resilience. Life is unpredictable, and setbacks are inevitable. By focusing on manageable steps rather than overwhelming outcomes, you maintain forward momentum even in the face of challenges. Small actions create stability and structure, allowing you to adapt without losing sight of your goals. They cultivate patience and persistence, two qualities essential for long-term success. Every time you complete a small task, whether it is dedicating 10 minutes to learning a new skill, making a thoughtful connection with someone, or practicing self-care, you reinforce the mindset that effort matters and that progress is cumulative. These moments of deliberate action instill discipline, turning intention into habit and habit into lasting change. Another crucial aspect of small, consistent actions is their ability to build confidence and reduce procrastination. When you focus on manageable tasks, you eliminate the paralysis that often accompanies overwhelming goals. Each action, no matter how minor, is evidence that you are capable of taking control of your life and moving toward your objectives. This approach also allows for continuous learning and adjustment. By taking small steps, you can observe outcomes, refine strategies, and make informed decisions that increase your efficiency and effectiveness over time. It is a feedback loop in which progress informs growth and growth motivates further progress. Small, consistent actions also have a powerful psychological effect. They create momentum, which builds motivation naturally rather than relying solely on fleeting bursts of willpower. When you begin to see the results of persistent effort, no matter how subtle, your confidence increases, your sense of purpose strengthens, and your engagement with your goals deepens. Consistency transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary results by leveraging the power of compounding, where each action, no matter how small, contributes to a larger, meaningful impact over time. Embracing this principle as you enter 2026 allows you to shift your focus from instant results to sustainable growth, ensuring that your efforts, habits, and choices today lay the foundation for long-term success, fulfillment, and personal transformation. Stepping into a new year with purpose and courage is the defining action that separates those who drift through life from those who shape it with intention. Purpose provides direction, a clear sense of what you are moving toward, while courage gives you the strength to move despite uncertainty, fear, or obstacles. Without purpose, actions lack alignment and energy is scattered across distractions that produce little long-term value. Without courage, even the clearest purpose can remain unfulfilled, trapped by hesitation and self-doubt. Purpose and courage together create a powerful synergy, allowing you to enter 2026 with both clarity and confidence, ready to face challenges and seize opportunities with determination and resilience. The first step in stepping in with purpose is understanding what truly matters to you. Purpose is not defined by external expectations, trends, or societal definitions of success. It is rooted in your values, passions, and vision for the life you want to lead. It is the answer to questions such as, what impact do I want to make? What legacy do I wish to leave? What gives my life meaning beyond temporary achievements or material gain? Clarity in purpose brings focus to your actions, ensuring that your energy is spent on initiatives and relationships that align with your long-term goals, rather than dissipated on trivial or distracting pursuits. Purpose becomes a compass that guides decision-making, shapes priorities, and fuels motivation even when circumstances are challenging. Courage, on the other hand, is the force that propels purpose into action. It is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act despite it. Fear often manifests as hesitation, procrastination, or self-limiting beliefs that convince you to settle for comfort rather than pursuing growth. Stepping into a new year with courage means challenging these fears, confronting uncertainty, and being willing to take calculated risks in pursuit of meaningful goals. Courage allows you to embrace failure as a teacher rather than a setback, to face criticism without losing confidence, and to persist even when the path forward is unclear. Every bold decision, every deliberate step taken despite apprehension, strengthens resilience and builds momentum, reinforcing the belief that you are capable of achieving more than you once imagined. Purpose and courage are further amplified by intention in everyday actions. Stepping into 2026 with purpose is not limited to grand declarations or ambitious plans. It is also reflected in consistent, mindful choices. It is the commitment to show up fully in your relationships, to dedicate effort to your personal growth, to maintain integrity in your actions, and to focus on impact rather than superficial results. Each action taken with intentionality, no matter how small, reinforces the larger purpose, creating a rhythm of alignment between thought, word, and deed. Courage ensures that you do not shy away from making difficult decisions, holding firm to your principles even when faced with pressure, opposition, or discomfort. Stepping in with purpose and courage also demands adaptability. Life is unpredictable, and challenges often arise without warning. A person driven by purpose sees obstacles as opportunities to learn and grow, not as reasons to abandon their path. Courage allows them to navigate uncertainty, pivot when necessary, and maintain momentum despite setbacks. It fosters a mindset of proactivity rather than reactivity, in which every challenge is reframed as a step toward greater understanding and achievement. By committing to act with purpose and courage, you cultivate resilience, confidence, and a sense of empowerment that transforms hesitation into action and aspiration into accomplishment. Finally, embracing purpose and courage inspires those around you. When you lead with intentionality and bravery, you create an energy that encourages others to pursue their own potential, take risks, and act meaningfully. Purpose gives direction, courage provides the momentum, and together they create a life that is not only productive, but impactful, a life that resonates with significance and inspires change. Stepping into 2026 with this mindset ensures that every decision, every action, and every effort is infused with clarity, energy, and determination, allowing you to move forward boldly, confidently, and intentionally toward the life you truly desire. So as you walk into 2026, ask yourself, have I reflected? Have I forgiven? Have I planned my growth? Have I chosen love, gratitude, and purpose? If not, take a moment today. Pause, breathe, and commit. Because when you do this, my friends, you don't just enter a new year, you enter a new life. And that truly is the gift you deserve.